First drive here, we got it in one of the gears. I'm not sure what gear. There's smoke coming up out of the hole. Arnie's gonna get some footage for us. Well, for some reason, cylinder one was wet when I pulled the spark plug out. And then I dried it out, started it back up, and it was wet again. So oil is getting into this cylinder somehow. The only thing that I did not do any servicing on was the head, like valve seals and stuff, or valve seats. No, yeah, valve seals. I didn't do any valve seals because I didn't touch his head. But if we have to, we'll just pull the engine out of here and throw it in here, and then we'll figure out what's wrong with this one. It's not really a headache. I'm gonna unpin this harness. We're gonna run this through the fender. So then accessory harness for like the headlights and stuff will go through the fenders so you won't see it. So I usually go to the junkyard and I cut off these spare plugs. So I have pigtails for pins. So I pull the pins out, males and females. So what I just did here is I unpinned these, you saw me do that, and I just added 2 wires where the pins were empty, so I could run my boost controller signal and power off of these through the chassis, through the harness, and you won't see it anywhere. So that's really cool. Yeah, it's good to have these things. So I'm on the passenger driver side. I unpinned these also and ran those through. I ran a plug for the cooling fan down there. Got all the wires wrapped through. Fans are done. This is done here. Just have to zip tie it up and we're good to go. Well, after thinking about the oil in the cylinder, I'm going to pull this intake manifold off and see if there's oil on the valve guides, meaning that the head has the issue. And if I have to, I'm just going to pull this motor out, pull that out, just switch it over real quick. Like I said, the easy part is moving the motor. The work is making all the stuff to make it work in the car. But this is pretty much a complete car right now, so it's going to be fun. About ready to be pulled out. I believe everything is unhooked, so we're good to go. Like I said, it's super easy to pull these engines in and out. Well, within reason. It'd be easier to pull it out to the front on a cart, but I'm just going to lift it out. Got everything unhooked, I believe. I showed you the dirty cylinders, how much oil is in those cylinders, so we have issues there. But like I said, we're just going to pull this engine out and switch them over. Better look at the accurate axles, how they aren't straight there. Look at this one. Oh, crooked that one is. But engine's out. So the head's the issue. Both cylinders here completely wet. You can see the oil coming down the valves. And I had this head tested by Howard, but I guess not. I do have the parts to fix it in the house, but I gotta take this whole engine apart. So we're not going through all that right now. We're just gonna pull that engine real quick and put it in here. Well, we could just make it rear wheel drive. Get like a 350Z transmission or BMW. It'll sit right in there. Rear wheel drive accuracy. Got the engine in. The one we took out's right over there. Plumbed it all up. So we got a few more things to do, but working out pretty good. Gotta get those out somehow. Gotta get them out. And then I gotta cut a hole for the shifter cables because this is different. So now that I took the shifter out, you saw me had to air hammer it to get it out. But meaning the car won't start because of the neutral safety switch. So if I'm looking at this diagram correctly, it looks like these two fat ones, the fatter gauge wires in the middle here, just need tied together. Sorry, my lens was a little greasy. That black white and that black red, just tie those two together and it should be all good. So this is the engine out of the Acura, if everybody's caught up to speed. This thing has a lot of oil leaks, so I'm gonna drop the oil pan and see if I can seal it up. Like it's wet. I mean, that's from the tranny leaking, but you can see how wet it is. We're gonna fix that up real quick. 90 PSI. So I got it back on the ground. There's no throttle cable hooked up. There's no boost lines hooked up. A lot of stuff's not hooked up. We're gonna see if it'll back out of the garage on its own power. No shifter bucks, no shift cables, but I have it in reverse. 2 lug nuts on the wheel. So let's see what happens. Started. Yeah, no shifter in there, no cables. Wrong gear? Alright, take number 2. So shifting gears here.
Didn't roll back?
There it is. It's up and to the right.
Yeah.
Reverse the straight cut here.
Moves back. E-brake works. Moving. Give her some gas. Neutral. Is that it? Hey, she's rolling.
Yeah, no power brakes. Any leaks? Nope, the fuel line's on the ground.
Yeah. Stealing parts?
Just doing another part.
So yeah,
I had all kinds of zip ties and everything on it because it wasn't the right cable for this car, for the Acura. So I had to put spacers and stuff on it.
yeah, I remember that.
Remember, it wasn't getting 100% throttle.
Yeah.
So
What's that off of?
it's a K-swap cable for Civic, so it should work just for this
There
one.
you go.
First drive here, we got it in one of the gears. I'm not sure what gear. There's smoke coming up out of the hole. Arnie's gonna get some footage for us. You hear the fire extinguisher? No. Grab it off the toolbox.
Oh yeah. I need this bad boy. Smoking a lot.
We know.
That's wrong.
Not sure what gear that is. And
That's
this
not,
is
I don't think that's
the, this is the
first.
heavy duty clutch too.
Oh.
As you can tell. Definitely not first.
No.
That's like
My so it's
Third.
probably third. This is smoking good.
yeah, that's all the power steering
Yeah. Yeah, that shit looked wet.
hitting the exhaust. I mean, it's good for it, right?
Jeez. Snag it on something.
That's how we can check for leaks.
Yeah.
That's gonna hear right now.
What'd you try? Second?
I don't know. Oh, that's like fifth.
Yeah.
How good is that e-brake?
E-brake is super good. Better than mine.
I pulled up, went to the left this time.
Up and to the left.
I keep looking for a shifter. No, it's getting worse.
Yeah. Which here, you want me to just keep changing it? See which works best?
We're testing here, bro.
Test and tune.
Testing thing, bro. So technically, when you move the shifter over, it pushes this over.
So it should be on it. You would think it's all the way to the left. or
What?
All the way that way,
That's
right?
how I had it. I pushed down over. Didn't I do it like that last time? Though?
What, reversing this is all the way to the right and back.
There we go.
That's
Better here.
That's first.
Yep. I don't think we need to go any faster first.
Yeah. E-brake it. We're good. Feel that clutch. Is the other one, the Acura's not? Really?
The good one.
The only thing there is the power steering fluid. Is it still squirting out? Yeah, it starts. This should be second.
He ain't put the steering wheels upside down.
Yes. That's straight.
You can put E85 in.
Said sight. Jesus. Get her out of the Acura.
We gotta get a Snapchat too.
First drive. No shifter though.
Look at our hole. You
Shift it.
hand down
Put it
here.
in third.
There's a couple of fuel lines hanging on the ground too, but you'll have that.
It's a Flintstones car. She's riding now. Kids want to see your race car? Want to see your burnout?
Maybe soon. She did pretty good, besides for the power steering fluid shooting against the exhaust.
They shoot me.
That's not flammable or anything. You'll have that. But the plan is to one day get, you know, pie cut, you know, not pie cut, but better intercooler piping where it's not all jammed up everywhere.
Maybe if this actually works out long term.
Me and my, still waiting on my intake manifold. So I'm gonna drain all the E85 out of the Acura. One, because it shouldn't be sitting in here. And two, I need it for the Civic. Instead of going to buy some, there's some in here. And I don't wanna waste it, so let's pump it out. Coming fast. That's only 12 volts. That thing's ripping. That's a wall bar 450 in there. One, I have to take it out and put it in the Civic. Well, that went really quick. All I got was about a gallon, 2 gallons. Here it is. Just took her out. I doubt this one will fall right into the Acura. I mean, to the Civic. So I've switched it around. I even have a metal zip tie on there. Dang, I'm fancy. So now we're gonna drain the 87 out of the Civic the same way. So I just have to hook this up right here. So I have to hook this up. There it goes. It's so quiet compared to the other one. You can't even hear it. It's pumping now. So look at the difference. The Acura emptied a couple gallons out in less than a minute. Look how slow this is. So slow. I mean, it is the return, and we were coming out of the feed, so I guess that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. E85 is going in. All the unleaded is out. Fuel pump is in. I also wired up the fuel pump relay to the ignition switch. So I got our one street over up here at the bank. Nothing's leaking. That's really good. No leaks. Obviously, we don't have any throttle cables or a shifter. And this is a little tight here. When I have this in like first gear, it hits here, so we'll have to figure that out. No big deal. Just we'll have to weld that right there. And then we'll bleed the coolant again. Listen how loud this fuel pump is. You couldn't even hear the other one running. But it's in second gear. I drove up here in second gear. It's still a mess in here. Wirings everywhere, crap everywhere. But you'll have that on these small jobs.